Okay, I got your question and I'll answer it, inshallah. Again, Brother Muhammad from Nigeria is asking about the cartoons, and I think he's referring to the sense of the Muslims, and he's asking about the cartoons that a French newspaper has published a couple of days ago, ridiculing the Prophet ﷺ. And he says how to react. First of all, it is essential to point out few things that a lot of the masses don't know. First of all, Allah Azza wa Jal instructs in the Quran that whenever something takes place or an event or something new happens in Islam, you have to refer it back to the scholars of Islam. New happens in Islam, you have to refer it back to the scholars of Islam. Now, the mobs and the thugs that are doing these demonstrations and the burning of the flags, and the hell with the flag. I could care less of the flag of the non-Muslim country, let alone to be an enemy of Islam or not. But the looting, the burning, the killing of innocent Muslims involved in this, and the demonstrations that are crippling the Muslim state or the Muslim society, and they consider this to be part of the defense of the Prophet ﷺ, I would say that they are wrong and they are sinful in what they're doing. Now, people would jump to the gun, and this happens usually. When someone says the word of truth, he would be always labeled as he is taking the defense of America and France, and he loves the kuffar, and he does this and that. Let it be. This was said about the Prophet ﷺ. Whenever something happens, who do you take your information from? And how do you reach such a decision? This can only be done by going back to the scholars of Islam. So you go to the real scholars of Islam and ask them, can we demonstrate? Can we do this? Can we do that? And they would tell you whether it is permissible or not. All the demonstrations you see in Pakistan, in Indonesia, in Libya, in Egypt, in Yemen, in anywhere, scholars were not consulted, because they would tell you that this is not Islamic. So what to do? First of all, you do not demonstrate, because demonstration only brings evil, and we've seen what it resulted in. What to do? If you go to the scholars, for example, Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan, may Allah preserve him, one of the great scholars of Islam, when he was told about what was taking place and happening in the Arab world, the uprising, they said this is the doing of the ignorant. It is the scholars who respond. It is the organizations that respond. It is the governments that respond. And alhamdulillah, each and everyone is doing their level best, though it is not enough, I know. But they're doing it, but on a high level. Now, whoever did the film and the cartoons, what is their objective? When you do something, you have an intention. What is your objective? What is your target? Their target is to show and depict Islam as a religion of violence. So they provoke the Muslims to do what they're doing, and they succeeded. Now everyone is saying that this is Islam. Now some would say, yes, but there are people who would look into Islam and would be encouraged to embrace Islam. Well, this is a byproduct, but it is not attributed to their hooliganism and to their violence. It's attributed to the guidance of Allah Azza wa Jal. So as Muslims, you should protect the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and his seerah and his reputation by publishing as many as you can through the social networks, his seerah, his beautiful religion, the incidents that took place and how he tolerated the non-Muslims and the pagans and the idol worshippers who fought him, yet did not dare to say bad things about him, because he was the perfect man to ever walk the earth. You should distribute copies of his biography, of his religion, as, for example, Discover Islam in UK is doing, and as different organizations are doing. This is the way of doing it, not by hooliganism and by violence.